Hello and welcome to the first behind the scenes video that I've done. I've been meaning to do loads of these and I record quite a bit and then just do nothing with it because I'm a big fan of procrastinating. This past week, Dead Frames released a brand new video for their debut song Everything to Lose, which we produced. So I thought this would actually be a good opportunity to do the first behind the scenes video in a proper way. Now, we've done quite a few videos now at Red Tusk and I thought this is a really good opportunity to look at what we had done before and improve on it and change some things up. One of the things that I tend to do is the handheld shaky when the beat drops and everything goes mental. And I did it in this video. I did it in this one as well. And well, I did it in this one as well. So this time, the beginning of the story starts off quite normal and a bit routine as the boys are in the practice room playing the song. So there was absolutely no need to go handheld. You could just go tripod, keep it nice and steady. It sells the story. We then only take the camera off the tripod when Tess is introduced to sell the viciousness of the relationship that they have. I quite like setting that limitation of not doing what I did before with the shaky because it gave me an opportunity to look at some ways of telling the story through the camera work rather than just the actors on screen. On the morning of the first shoot, I was faced with a challenge that I wasn't really expecting, which I should expect because no shoot I've ever done has gone to plan. Lee and Tess on the first day were supposed to be in my house where we shot it, having an argument back and forth through the kitchen. However, Tess wasn't available at the same time Lee was because they had to shoot off to Pirate Studios right after we filmed. So I had to make it look like Tess and Lee were in the same place. The only way I could do that was through a transition. So I got Lee to stand in the hallway by the door, shouting over the camera towards the kitchen, and then I whip panned out to the kitchen. In the real take, Tess is nowhere near the kitchen, she's not even in the house. It's Ed on the other side receiving Lee's beration. And then when Tess got here an hour and a half later, I got her to stand in the kitchen, keeping the camera in the same place, whip transition to her, allowed her to do her scene, and then stitch the two together, which actually looks quite seamless. But I think if you know what you're looking for, you'll know neither of them were in the room at the same time. My only disappointment with that scene is the fact that I shot it on the old Canon, and that camera has seen better days and the footage quality is not the best that I want it to be. So I'm gonna get a new camera. Another shot that we had to find a way around was when Lee does his great escape out of the window. And I realized story-wise, she locked all of the windows. Why wouldn't she lock one of the biggest windows in the house? Plot convenience, I think is what they call it. No one really wanted to jump out the window. I mean, Lee was sort of up for it if he had to do it, but he's the drummer in the band. You don't want to make your drummer jump out of one story up. You don't want to put your actors at risk. So, having done some dumb stuff in the past, I thought it might be obvious for me to dress like him and then I'll jump out of the window with a GoPro strapped to my head. However, I'm way older than I used to be and I'm pretty sure if I jumped out the window now, my knees would turn to dust. And I like my knees. The only way I could figure out of making it look like he jumped out of the window was to do a point of view shot. So I shot Lee in the bedroom where he runs towards the window, cut there. Then with the Canon camera on a mount, I ran towards the window, I pushed it open, held the camera out over the edge, and then ran downstairs, climbed on the front room windowsill on the outside, which is maybe like a meter off the ground, and then jumped off that, matching the same trajectory that the camera should have been at when it went from the top. And then cut from there to Lee crouched over outside and whip panned around to him where he got rescued by his bandmates. One of the other challenges that faced us was in the old morgue where we filmed the final sequence of the band playing on stage. We only had 6 members of an audience that I had to try and make look like a full house and a full gig. So through positioning the camera and locking that off, I was able to move some people around and make it look like more. I think if you're paying attention to the crowd, you're gonna notice that it's the same people just shifted, but keeping them out of focal range and in the background and blurry, rather than any of them in focus, sort of helped sell the fact that they might not be the same people and that the room's actually full. So that's been my first behind the scenes on making a music video. It's not really a true behind the scenes because I didn't really take you behind the scenes. I just sort of explained to you some stuff that I did with the camera. Maybe next time I'll take you behind the scenes and we'll actually do a behind the scenes video. I said behind the scenes a lot then. Hopefully we'll have some new In The Frame and BSR cast to hit you with soon. We'll definitely have another music video and a short film on the horizon. So keep an eye out for both, and I will see you on next actual behind the scenes video.